Hey everybody, Mike Fisk here with We Are Osceola. Getting ready for baseball tonight. Had softball the last couple of nights, and tonight the guys are taking on the Prescott Cardinals. These two teams played on Tuesday night. Prescott coming out 3-0 winners in that contest, so Osceola hoping to get some revenge on that. Chieftains having a rough start to the conference, just 1-3 so far this season. Only win coming against Amory. Amory is 3-2 this year in the conference in third place, and Prescott in pursuit of Amory on that. So that's the standings right now. Hopefully we'll have enough cell phone signal Thursday night or Tuesday night. I know I apologize if you tried to watch the softball game because apparently after I got done with my excellent broadcasting skills, found out that the software had failed me, and so we didn't have much of a game. I think you guys got to see Prescott warm up is all. Prescott winning that one in 3 innings by a score of 17-0. And what we have tonight now, we'll have soccer after this one, so I'm going to hightail that out of here after this game and head down to the soccer field for a soccer match against the St. Croix Central Panthers. And our Chieftain girls doing pretty well this year so far. They did lose a tough one. Well, I shouldn't say they lost. They did come up with a draw against Altoona the other night, but playing good soccer, so that's the big deal right now. So we are about 20 minutes away from the national anthem and the start of the game. Lineups for the Prescott Cardinals, batting number 1 is Max Monteith. He'll be playing at first base tonight. Batting second, the pitcher Evan Keckendorfer, I believe is Evan Keckendorfer, I think his name is, number 6. Batting third, number 2, Brody Temmers, and he is in right field tonight. Batting fourth, number 15, Griffin Westberg, the catcher. Batting fifth, number 28, Zach Matzik, the catcher, I think. Or no, I'm going to have to check that. I can't even read my own writing. How does that sound? Batting sixth, number 32, Zach Murphy, the third baseman. Batting seventh, number 3, Jack Matzik, the shortstop. Batting 8th, number 28, Charlie Roll, the designated hitter. And batting 9th, Corteo Larson, and Carter Larson, and he is in left field. And at second base is number 12, Case Platson. So that is the lineups for tonight. And for the Chieftains, Wayling Cole batting first, and he will be leading off. He'll be pitching, rather. Batting second, Talon Berg, the catcher. Batting third, number 24, Hunter Giebel at left field. Batting fourth, number 13, Hunter McClafferty, and he is at first base. Batting fifth, number 15, Brody Mayer, the designated hitter tonight. Batting sixth, number 22, Colton Everson in right field. Batting seventh, number 7, number 7, Aaron Rysdam, he's in center field. Batting eighth, number 1, J.J. Tinney at second base. Batting ninth, number 17, Olin Eck, and he is the third baseman. And Cole Lund, number 8, will be playing short tonight. So that's the lineups for tonight. And we will be getting going here shortly. I see Prescott now has come out to get their final warm-ups in before we get started. Zach Matzik, number 26, is in center field. I had to check my own writing on that one. Sometimes I get a little fast. I certainly don't have the brains of a doctor, but sometimes I do have the penmanship of one. So I'm going to sign off for a few minutes, and we'll be back for the national anthem and starting lineup shortly.
My career journey started at Northwood Technical College. I'm a business management graduate, and I'm proud of my education here. I transferred to a four-year college where I earned a bachelor's in management, then went on to law school. I'm now an attorney and chief operating officer of a sovereign nation wealth fund. I work remotely across the country providing business resources for 2 tribes. I chose to start my education at Northwood Tech because I could earn credits towards my bachelor's. All associate degrees have a 4-year path. Choose your path and experience success.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
And the officials meeting is done, and we are getting ready here for the national anthem. Excuse me, I see Prescott lining up on the third base line, and the Chiefs as traditionally lining up in various locations on the field. Not sure how much, depends on how they play the national anthem as to whether or not we'll hear it. But if you're watching from home, please take off your hats and stand at the recliner, and we'll get ready for the national anthem. So there you have the national anthem, and we are all set to go here with the game. Chiefs in their defensive positions, again going over that quickly. Cole pitching, Berg at catcher, Giebel in left field, McClafferty at first, Everson in right, Rysdam in center, Tinney at second, Eck at third, and Cole Lund at shortstop here to get things started for the Chiefs. And the Cardinals will have Monteith, Kiekendorfer, and Temmers, the first three batters for the Cardinals as they get ready to go here at the top of the first. Again, if you're wondering about the soccer game, we are going to try and get down there and do that. Let me rephrase that. I may be late, but I'm going to be down there to do that for us. And the girls are taking on the St. Croix Central Panthers tonight in soccer. Beautiful night for a ball game. Game time temperature 73 degrees by the time we're done here. Probably be around 70, so it's going to be a beautiful night here for baseball. And then soccer's not going to be so bad either. Starting there about 70, probably about 64 when they're done down there. A lot better than what we've had other nights. And we're all set to go here. Waylon Cole on the mound. Here's the first pitch to get the Saints home season started. First ball in there low for a ball. And low, ball two. Outside, ball three. And that was in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. And the pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Over to first for the out. So Cole starting out getting the first ground out. That'll bring up Kiekendorfer. The pitcher for the Cardinals, or the Cardinals tonight. First pitch in for a strike. And time called. And here we go. Just outside. Ball one. 1-1 the count to Kiekendorfer. Low. Ball two. 2-1 the count. And there's a fly ball into center field. It's deep, but Rysdam comes up with the catch. Nice grab out there by Aaron. And 2 down now for the Cardinals in this first inning. That brings up Timmers, the right fielder for the Cards. First pitch, in for a strike, strike one. Last time these two teams played, last Tuesday actually, the Chiefs coming up short, 3-0. That one high, ball one, 1-1 the count. Ball two. And that one fouled off. Strike two. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Cardinals. Ball 3, full count. And the payoff pitch coming here for Cole against Timmers. And that's a shot into left field. That'll be good for a base hit. And now Westberg, the catcher, up for the Cardinals. Two outs, one on here for the Cards, top of the first. Ground ball to short, over to second for the out. And so the Chiefs, or the Cardinals, come up with one hit, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the first now with the score. Osceola nothing, and Prescott nothing, and we'll be back shortly. And Kiekendorfer will face Cole, Berg, and Giebel to get things started here for the Chiefs in the bottom of the first. And here we go for Osceola's half of the first inning. Kohlberg and Giebel will be the first three batters to face Kiekendorfer. And Cole takes the first pitch into left field. And he's going to be in with a double, so Waylon Cole get things started here for the Chiefs. With a double right down the third base line, just inside the third base line, excuse me. And Tallenberg now up to bat. And Berg sends one to second. Scooped up over to first for the out. But good sacrifice there. And Giebel now coming up, and he's got Waylon Cole on third base. One on, nobody. One on, one out here for the Chiefs. And Berg takes the first pitch for a ball. Ball one. Absolutely beautiful out here tonight. A little south breeze blowing, but not too bad, and it's not consistent. Second pitch high, ball two. Just enough to keep the bugs away, which I haven't seen too many bugs lately, I guess. Or not yet, anyway. And Berg sends one into left field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. That'll bring in one run. Berg heading to second, and he's going to hold up there. So Berg with a double into left, or Giebel rather. Now McClafferty, the first base person, up for the Chiefs. One run in, one out, one on here for the Chiefs. Clafferty stepping into the box. And the pitch. Outside, ball one. And that went in for a strike. 1-1 the count. One fouled off. Two strikes, one ball here now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. I'll get it right. I'm just going to keep trying until it comes out the right way. Lafferty in the box. Inside, ball 2. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Man on second here for the Chiefs. 1 run in already. Just outside. Full count. Payoff pitch coming. And that one fouled off. Clafferty stays alive. There's a high fly ball into right field, and it's going to drop fair. Oh, they're going to say fall. I thought he was pointing in. He was pointing out. That would have been nice if he'd had it in just a little bit. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 run in. Clafferty at the plate. And strike 3 called. So McClafferty strikes out, and Mayer now coming up, the designated hitter for tonight. And that went in for a strike. Strike 1. Inside. Ball 1, 1-1. One run in, 1 on, 2 outs here for the Chiefs. Counts 1-1. To Mayer, here's the pitch, strike, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 2, 2-2 the count. Keeble on second with his run scoring double. Here's the pitch. Outside. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on here for the Chiefs, 1 run in already. And Mayer follows it back, he's still alive. Inside, and he walks him. So the Chiefs now with 2 on, and Everson, the right fielder, coming up to bat. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Keegenberger's pitch, Dorfer's pitch rather, fouled off, strike 1. That one high, ball 1, 1-1 the count. popped up. That's going to be out of play off the third base side. Strike two. One ball, two strikes, two outs, two on here for the Chiefs in the top of the first. One run in already. And there's a pop up, and that one's fouled off as well. Out of play. Count will remain 1-2. And he holds back on that one, 2-2 the count. And Everson's staying alive in there. He's got Giebel on second. Mayer on first. Two and two the count. Ball three, that one high. Full count now to Everson. And the runners will be going on this one with two outs. And there's a shot into center field. It's going to drop. Nope, center fielder's got it for the out. But not before the Chiefs come up with one run. So at the end of one, it's Osceola 1. And the Cardinals out of Prescott, nothing. We'll be back for the second half or second inning shortly. And the Cardinals will be sending to the plate Matzik, Murphy, and Matzik. Zach Murphy, and Jack Matzik. Try to figure that one out. Say that 10 times fast. They'll be coming up to start out the top of the second inning here for the Cardinals. We'll be back as soon as the inning starts here. And here we go, Matzik, Murphy, and Matzik getting things started here for the Cardinals here in the top of the second. Osceola up 1-0. Cole's pitch in for a strike. Strike two, swing and a miss. And that one low. Ball one. 1-2 the count. And there's a shot right to shortstop. Nice snag there. One out. So Lund making a nice grab of that one. Now Zach Murphy up for the Cards. And that one back to left field and caught for the out. So 2 up, 2 down. As Hunter Giebel making a nice grab out there in left field. And that'll bring up Jack Matzik now for the Cardinals. 2 down, nobody on for the Cards here in the top of the second. First pitch in for a strike. And that one fouled off, strike 2. 0-2 the count. 2 out, nobody on here for the Cardinals in the top of the second. Strike 3, and Cole comes up with his first strikeout. And more importantly, the Chiefs put the Cardinals down 1-2-3 as Matzik strikes out on a swinging strike. So after an inning and a half, Osceola 1 and Prescott nothing, and we'll have Roll, Larson, and Platson, or Roll and Larson rather, coming up to bat here in the third for Prescott. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we'll have Rysdam, Tinney, and Eck to lead off for the Chiefs here in the second inning, on the bottom of the second. We'll be back in a bit. And Aaron Rysdam stepping in now to get things started for the Chiefs here in the bottom of the second. 1 run in off doubles by Cole and Giebel in the first inning. And Rysdam ready to get things started here for the Chiefs in the second. First pitch outside, ball 1. Fouled off, strike 1. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Rysdam here in the bottom of the second. Timeout called. And now Aaron's ready. That ball low. 2-2 the count. And strike 3. And the Chiefs come up with their first out of the second. Kiekendorfer with his first strikeout of the night. Bring up J.J. Tinney for the Chiefs. Tinney, the second baseman tonight. First pitch high, ball one. Sorry about that wind. Well, I'm not sorry about the wind. I'm sorry about the noise that it might be making on your end. It's feeling kind of good here. 2 balls, no strikes now to Tinney. 1 out, nobody on here for the Chiefs in the bottom of the second, up 1-0. And a pitch in for a strike. 2-1 the count. Two and two the count. And ball, full count to JJ. And he draws a walk. Brings up Olin Eck, the third base person. 1 out. 1 on here for the Chiefs. Eck stepping into the box. And checking Tinney back to first. And that one pops straight up. Looks like that'll be out of play. Oh, they did. It stayed in. I lost it behind the roof. So fly out to the pop up to the catcher. And Waylon Cole now will come back up for the Chiefs. Hit a double his last time up. 2 outs. 1 on here. JJ Tinney stranded here at first. Out there on a walk. Cole stepping in. Here's Kiekendorfer's pitch coming up. And Cole sends that one down the third baseline out of play. Strike 1. Away from the wind if I can. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Cole. They send him Tinney, and the pitch goes into left or center field, and he's going to go for it. And he should make it to third, I believe. And now it goes out of play. Gets backed up nicely by the shortstop, I believe. Well, that was a pitcher that backed it up well. But Tinney makes it all the way to third. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole. And now he's got a base runner within 90 feet of score. So Tinney makes it all the way to third off of that stolen base attempt and the overthrows by the Cardinals. And strike. big swing there by Cole. Caught up on the count here. Kind of got caught up in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on for the Chiefs here in the bottom of the second, up by 1-0 score. And that one fouled off. Count remains 2-2. And strike 3. Egemdorfer gets Cole on strikes. So at the end of 2, it's Osceola 1 and Prescott nothing. Roll Larson and Matt Monteith will be leading it off, or that's scheduled to be leading it off for the Cardinals as we go to the top of the third. So far, the Cardinals only coming up with 1 hit off of Cole. Temmer's single into left field. And Charlie Roll up to bat, designated here for tonight for the Cardinals. Ball 1, strike 1. And there's a little bouncer back to the pitcher. Cole will toss it over. And 1 out here for the Cardinals. That'll bring up Carter Larson, the left fielder. First pitch low, ball 1. And fouled off, strike 1. 1-1 the count. And strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Larson. And that 1 ball, 2-2 the count. And strike 3. And Cole records his 2nd strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Monteith, who grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. First pitch just inside, ball 1. low, ball 2. And that one right at the knees, strike 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here for the Cardinals in the top of the third. Osceola up 1-0. And that one high. 3-1 the count. And there's the chopper down the third baseline, foul. That'll be strike 2. Full count now to Monteith. And strike 3 called. Monteith isn't too sure about that. We'll go to the bottom of the third as Cole rigs up his third strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Kiekendorfer, Temmers, and Westberg for the Cardinals. For the Chiefs, Berg, Giebel, and McClafferty will be coming up to start out the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break. Tallenberg, the catcher, stepping in to get things started here for the Chiefs in the bottom of the third. Berg grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. First pitch in for a strike. That one outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Talon. And that one gets away from the catcher high, ball 2. And strike 2. 2-2 the count to Talon. Outside. 3-2 the count now to Berg. Kiekendorfer's pitch. And a shot into left field is fair. Foul ball. Count remains full. Wasn't fouled by much. That one looked like it was just outside the line from my vantage point. And that one popped up out of play. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Osceola up 1-0. Payoff pitch. And he draws the walk. Hunter Giebel now, the left fielder, up to bat. Hit a double his last time up, scoring Cole for the Chiefs' lone run. First pitch low, ball 1. And he shows bunt. And Berg down to second on the steal. 1-1 the count. And the pitch. There's a shot to second. He bobbles it, gets it up, and into first in time. 1 out. But the sacrifice sends Berg over to third. So McCafferty now with a man on the third for him. McCafferty struck out his last time up. First pitch high for a ball. And that one fouled off. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. McCafferty 1 out, 1 on. And 1-1 the count. Bottom of the third here for the Chiefs. And second going in for a pitch in for a strike. Two into the count to McClafferty. And there's a shot that is deep into left field, but caught by the left fielder. But that'll score from third. So McClafferty flies out to left field, but that scores Berg for the second run of the Chiefs game, and now Mayer up for the Chiefs. Nobody on. 2 outs, 1 run in here for the Chiefs. First pitch in for a ball. Just outside, ball 2. And strike. 2-1 the count. To Mayer. Three and one. That one just outside. Mayer drew a walk his last time up. A chopper to first. And they're going to say, I didn't realize he caught that on the, I thought it was a chopper, but it wasn't, it was a fly. So that is the third out, which makes that a really nice catch by the first baseman. I thought he caught it off the ground, but he caught it off the fly. So after 3 innings complete rather, Osceola 2 and Prescott nothing. Last time these two teams played, Osceola coming up short 3-0. And Kiekendorf steps in to get things started here for the Cards in the top of the 4th inning. Down 2-0 here to the Chiefs. Kiekendorfer flew out to center field his last time up. Risedam making a nice running catch on that one. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. And that one in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Low, 2-1. High, 3-1. And Cole gives up his first walk of the night. Kiekendorfer drawing a walk. Brings up Temmers. Hit a base hit into left field his last time up, then thrown out by 6-4 ground out. First pitch in for a strike. 1 on, nobody out here for the Cardinals. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Just a reminder, as soon as I'm done here, I'll be buzzing down to the football field. Girls soccer against St. Croix Central tonight. And that attempted pickoff throw gets past the first baseman. That'll send Kiekendorfer down to second. Count remains 1-1 now to Temmers. Ball 2. And there's a pop-up, and that's going to be out of play. Strike two. McClafferty making a nice attempt at that, but he wasn't going to get to it. It's over the fence. 2-2 the count. And that one grabbed in left field for the out. Giebel making a nice grab out there in left field. One out, one on now for the Panthers, or the Cardinals. Westberg, the catcher, up for the Cards. Last time out, he hit into a fielding out. One and one the count here to Westberg. Last time up, he hit the ball, but right to shortstop, and then it was thrown out. And Kiekendorfer thought that was the third out. He started walking off to the dugout, but he was called back by the coach in time. 2 outs now, and Zach Matzik up to bat. Center fielder for the Cards tonight. And there's a grounder to second. Over to first for the out. And the Chiefs' shutout is preserved as Matzik rounds out to second. So after 3.5, the score remains Osceola 2 and Prescott nothing. And if my book is right, we should have Everson, Rysdam, and Tinney coming up for the Chiefs here for the bottom of the fourth. Just a reminder, we'll be going down to the soccer game as soon as this one is over for soccer versus St. Croix Central, and then Saturday we'll be doing the Grand March for Prom. So that's what we got lined up for the rest of this week, and then of course we'll be back next week for some more sports. So we'll keep you informed on that. I'm going to sign off here for a little bit. We'll be back in a minute. And Everson stepping in to get things started here for the Chiefs in the bottom of the fourth inning. Last time up, he hit a fly ball into center field. Was caught. Kiekendorfer's first pitch. In for a ball outside. Strike one, in for a strike. fouled off. Strike two. 2-2 the count. That ball high. 3-2 full count. That one fouled off, and Everson stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Lead-off batter here for the bottom of the 4th for the Chiefs. And he draws a walk. Brings up Rysdam, struck out his last time up. Have a courtesy runner coming in. Kevin Slechta coming in for the Chiefs. Courtesy runner for Everson. And they got him off. Caught Slechta off base. Leaning the wrong way. So now Rysdam's got nobody on base for him. And 1 out. And that one popped up. Looks like it's going to be playable. Fly out to the third base person. Zach Murphy making that catch. And J.J. Tinney now up to bat. 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Chiefs. In the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch. And Tinney sends one into center field. And it's going to drop. Nope. Right fielder got it. Looked to me like it was a little farther over, but it went right to the right fielder. So the Chiefs down 1-2-3. And Olenek will be leading off for the Chiefs here in the next inning. And the Cardinals should have Murphy, Matzik, and Roll coming up if my book is correct. So at the end of 4, Osceola 2, and Prescott nothing. We'll be back for the top of the 5th shortly. And Zach Murphy now stepping in for the Cards as we go into the top of the 5th, and Cole doing a nice job on the mound. Couple of strikeouts, keeping the ball down. First pitch hit for a strike. Cardinals have only had one legitimate base runner, and when I say legitimate, I mean as far as the base hit goes. They had another runner last inning, but he was on by a walk. Outside, ball 2. And that one fouled off. Strike 2. 2-2 the count. To Murphy. And that one popped up, and that'll be out of play. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a shot into right field, and that's going to be out of play as well. Count remains 2-2 to Zach Murphy, the leadoff Cardinal here in the 5th inning. Cole's pitch. Got him swinging. Strike 3. And Cole racks up his 3rd strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Jack Matzik. He struck out his last time up. First pitch high and inside, ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. And Cole in a position he hasn't been in much tonight. Behind the batter, 3-0. He's only given up 1 walk tonight. I hope I didn't just jinx him. And he did walk him. So Matzik draws the walk. That'll bring up Roll, the designated hitter. He hit into a ground out to the pitcher. And they got a courtesy runner coming out for Prescott. And I apologize, I don't have the main roster from Prescott, so I'm not sure who number 17 is. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. As Charlie Roll steps in. One out, one on here now for the Cardinals. And Cole checking the runner back to first. Pitch in for a ball, ball 1. And strike 1. 1-1 the count. To Roll. And strike 2, fouled off. And strike three, and Cole rings him up. Second strikeout of the inning. Fourth of the game, and that'll bring up Carter Larson, the left fielder. First pitch in for a strike. Strike two. And a bunt rolled foul, which I think is kind of considered a strikeout. So that makes it 3 strikeouts in that inning for Cole, if it's called that. I'm not sure if that official scoring would call that a strikeout or not. Either way, 4 batters up and 3 down here for the Cardinals, and we go to the bottom of the 5th now with the Osceola Chieftains up 2-0. And Olin Eck should be starting out for the Chiefs. And we'll take a short break. Eck stepping in for the Chiefs here to get things started in the bottom of the 5th. Osceola holding on to a 2-0 lead. And Eck popped out to the catcher his last time up. First pitch in for a strike. Just outside, ball 1. And it's strike 2. Just outside, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Kiekendorfer strikes out. Not Kiekendorfer, I'm sorry, he's the pitcher. Eck strikes out, and it brings up Cole. Cole struck out his last time up. Third strikeout of the night for Kiekendorfer. Actually, that's not Kiekendorfer on the mound either. It's number 3. And that's Jack Matzik came in this inning. Just noticed that. I apologize. So Matzik on the mound. 1 out and 0-1 count to Cole. Try to get caught up here. And Cole sends that one into left center, or Yeah, left center field and caught by the right fielder for the second out. And that'll bring up Tallenberg. Drew a walk his last time up. Grounded out to short the time before that. First pitch in for a strike for Matzik. Strike two. And fouled off. Count will remain 0-2. If you are looking for soccer, I will be leaving here as soon as this game is over to get down there for the soccer game against St. Croix Central. There's a hard shot to second, scooped up over to first for the out. And the Chiefs go down 1-2-3. As Matzik shuts them down, we go to the top of the sixth now with the score, Osceola 2 and Prescott nothing. And Giebel, McClafferty, and Mayer will be up here for the Chiefs to get the thing started in the sixth. And we'll take a short break before we come back for the top of the sixth, Prescott's top of the sixth inning. First baseman Mac Monteith stepping in now to get the Cardinals going here in the top of the sixth inning with the score Osceola 2 and Prescott nothing. Again, just a reminder, as soon as this game is done, I'm going to hustle on down to the football field for the soccer game. First pitch in by Cole for a ball. Ball two. And ball three. And strike one. 3-1 the count. Cole's kind of gotten behind the last few batters. And another walk given up. Second walk in the last couple of innings. And that'll bring up Kiekendorfer. He drew a walk his last time up. And they'd have gotten him if he'd held on to the ball, but runner's safe at second on the steal. The pitch was a strike. Oh, it was a ball. Now the clock changed it. One ball, no strikes. for a strike. 1-1 the count. One on, nobody out here for the Cardinals. Down by 2. Strike 2. And just outside, ball 2, 2-2 the count. And Cole checking the runner at second. Ball 3, full count. Full count to Kiekendorfer. And he walks him. So Cole walks 2 batters in a row here. And that'll bring up Temmers. He's grounded out to short and flown out to 7. To left rather, and Osceola's going to call timeout. We'll see if we got a pitching change coming up. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. 2 on here for the Cardinals. Cole has been pitching a great game right up until this inning, holding the Cardinals down. They just haven't really been able to do anything, so we'll see what happens. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. And they're leaving Cole in. Just a little bit of a pep talk there by Coach Rysdam. So 2 outs, nobody out rather, 2 on. Winning run, or the go-ahead run rather, is at the plate. First pitch in for a ball. That one gets past the catcher, and both runners will advance. Nobody out, 2 on, 2 in scoring position here for the Cardinals. A chopper down the third baseline, strike 1. So the Cardinals threatening here in the bottom of the, or top of the 6th. Ball 3, 3-1 the count. And there's a pop up, and that one looks to be, and it is, out of play. Full count now to Brody Temmers. Nobody out. There's a chopper back to first. Or back to Cole rather, over to first for the out. And Cole doing a good job of looking the runners back before he threw it over. So 1 out. And that brings up Westberg. He has hit into a ground out to second base his first time up, or last time up rather. run scores, but they get the runner at first. So 1-run game now. 2 outs though. That's big. Runner on third. And Zach Matzik up. He flew out to short and grounded out to the first base person. Or grounded out to second rather. First pitch in for a strike. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Just a reminder, I will be heading down to the soccer field as soon as we're done here for the soccer game. Ball 2. 2-1. 2 outs, 1 on, 1 run in here for the Cardinals. Zach Matzik up to bat. Grounder to short, over to first for the out. The Chiefs are down, out. Not before the Cardinals come up with 1 run. So at the end of 5 1/2, Osceola 2 and Prescott 1. And we'll have Murphy, Matzik, and Roll are the scheduled batters for the Cardinals coming back. Bottom of the 6th, I believe it'll be Giebel, McLafferty, and Mayer rather, up for the Chiefs. Last time these two teams played, Osceola coming out short 3-0. Jack Matzik came in the last inning and shut down the Chiefs pretty well. Back on the mound there for the Cardinals. And Giebel stepping in now for the Chiefs to get things going here in the 6th inning. Giebel hit a double his first time up and grounded out to second his second time up. Responsible for hitting in one of the Chief runs in that first inning. First pitch in low, ball 1. And that one fouled off. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. To Hunter Giebel. That one fouled off, strike 2. Apologize again for the wind. It's coming right at me, right out of the southeast. And so my window is looking right at it. Pitch is low, 2-2 the count. I don't have any place to hide, so sorry about the wind. And Giebel fouls that one off. Count will remain 2-2. And that one high. Full count. And payoff pitch coming here for Gable. Leading off the bottom of the sixth here for the Chiefs. And he draws a walk. And that'll bring up McClafferty. Struck out and flew out to left. His 2 times up. Flew out to left, but the hit he hit to left was pretty deep. And checking Giebel back to first. 1 on, nobody out. Osceola up by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. And foul ball. And that one fouled off. 0-2 the count to McClafferty. And fouled off again. No balls, 2 strikes as McClafferty putting up a good fight there in the box. Ball 1, 1-2 the count. Giebel on first, McClafferty up the bat. Ball 2, 2-2. Very nervous about Giebel there at first. He's checked him back 2 or 3 times here. And there's a shot to second, bobbled by the second baseman, and safe on both places. An error by the second baseman, and now that'll bring up Mayer, the designated hitter. He drew a walk and flew out, lined out actually to the first base person. 2 on though, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th here for the Chiefs. Trying to get Giebel off a second. Didn't work. Ball 1 on the pitch. but pulled back. Ball 2. He pulls back again. Ball 3. Squared up the bunt 3 times in a row and full back each time. You wonder if he's just kind of trying to throw Matzik off, or if he was actually planning on bunting. Three and 0 now to Mayer. And that went in for a strike. 3-1 the count. Nobody out. 2 on here for the Chiefs. And that one is a bunt. Back to the pitcher. Throws it over to third. Safe at third. And so the Chiefs load the bases up on the bunt, and the official's going to go out, or the coach is going to go out and have a chat with the umpire, which usually does no good. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 6th, Osceola up by a run. And Colton Everson up to bat. He's flown out and grounded out to the pitcher. Flew out to center though, that'd bring another run in. First pitch in for a ball. Just a reminder, I'll be heading down for the soccer game as soon as we're done here. Strike 1, 1-1 the count to Everson. Ball 2. Ducks on the pond here for Everson. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. Keeble doing a great job of diving in on third there on that. And strike 2. Full count. It's what every boy dreams of. Full count, bases loaded. See what happens here for Mayer, or Everson rather. Strike 3. 1 out. So Matzik rings him up. That'll bring up Aaron Rysdam. Struck out and flew out to third base. And they're sending in Jackson Tinney. Not sure why Tinney is up there. And that's the inning off the double play. Go to the top of 7. So the Cards get out of a jam, nobody out, bases loaded, and get out of the jam. And McClafferty is stepping out up to the mound. Try to close this thing out for the Chiefs. And he'll face Murphy, Matzik, and Roll. At least those are the scheduled batters. So Cole pitching 6 innings, giving up 1 run, moves over to third, and McClafferty comes into the mound and hopes to be able to shut down the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th. Osceola up 2-1. And we will be heading down to the football field just as soon as this one is done. For soccer against St. Croix Central. First pitch high, ball 1. That one high, ball 2. Just like to say thank you to our sponsors. You've been watching them go across each night. Ball 3. And also to the to the Osceola School District for their support. They're also one of our sponsors, but for the help that they give us in being able to put all this on. We couldn't do it without any of you guys. So thank you very much. And strike 1, 3-1 the count. And ball 4. So McClafferty walks him on 5 pitches. And Rysdam's going to go out and have a chat with McClafferty. And that's it for McClafferty. So see who's going to come out to pitch here now for the Chiefs. Eck is coming in to pitch. So McClafferty will be given credit for 1 walk as Eck will face Matzik, Roll, and Larson. Oh, I take that back. I thought that was Eck that was coming out, but it's Cole Lund who was playing shortstop. So Cole is pitching. So Lund is pitching, and I'm trying to see where the others are. So Cole came out, and Eck is going to third, which hopefully makes no difference whatsoever because we just need to get 3 outs here and be done for the night. Here's Cole's pitch. Ball 1 low. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Murphy on first. Cole's pitch. Ball 2. 2-1. Ball 3. And strike 2. Full count now to Matzik. He's drawn a walk and struck out his first 2 times up. Strike 3. So Lund gets the strikeout, and that'll bring up Roll, the DH. He struck out and hit a grounder back to the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, low. Have to excuse me. I'm going to sign out of here really quick tonight, as hopefully we finish this one off so I can get down to soccer. But again, I wanted to say thank you to our sponsors. Been seeing the businesses going across the bottom. These are people that have sponsored the We Are Network, and we could not do it without them, so I appreciate you guys so much. And you'll be hearing from me again in a few minutes as we go down and get set up for soccer. Oh, hit the batter. That'll put 2 on. And that'll bring up Carter Larson, the left fielder. In case Platson, I think it is, that came in to run at first base. One out, 2 on. Osceola up by a run. Here in the top of the 7th, Cole's pitch. Strike 1. And both runners safe on that pass ball. One and one the count. Osceola holding on to a 1-run lead here. 1 out, 2 on. And that pass ball really hurts because it puts takes away any chance for a force out at second or third. The only force they have is at first. There's a grounder first to the pitcher, rather, over first. 2 outs. That was huge. And that brings up Monteith. He's walked, grounded out to the pitcher, and struck out. Bond on the mound. Tying run on third, winning run on, or go ahead run on second. Strike one. Again, soccer will follow immediately after this game. And that's the ball game. Fly out to first base. And so the final score here, Osceola 2, Prescott 1. And I'm heading down to soccer.